HMTV DJ Tina, host of HMTV Canada Ezine, is the first lucky Ezine to cover the press release of Pied Piper Records inks a deal with British sensation Koopa and Mark Hoppus of Blink-182, signed to produce their first debut album. Hi, this is HMTV DJ Tina. Our special guest on the phone with me today is British sensation Koopa Band. Hi Joe, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Do you miss being in the UK?
Not too much. No. We're getting used to it over here now. So it's only been 3 weeks. We're out in Nashville and the weather's been up and down. So we're getting used to that. But no, we're not missing the UK too much at the moment.
Can you give our audience a little history about Koopa?
Yeah, basically, we've been going for about 5 years in total now. And last year, back in the UK, we released a single on our own as an unsigned band. Became the first ever unsigned band to have a top 40 hit in the UK, which has never been done before, basically.
How did Koopa land the opportunity to work with ex-Blink-182 member Mark Hoppus?
That was through our record label. We got signed at the beginning of this year, just after Christmas, and we were discussing which kind of producers would be best for the band, really, and take the album forward and make it sound right. And Mark Hoppus was one of the names we brought up, and he was one of the quickest to get back to us. And the record label got hold of him within a few days, sent him a few songs, and he was the most keen and quick to reply, and he wanted to do it. So, and obviously for us, Blink-182, we're big fans of, so it's going to be an honour.
With the signing of Pied Piper Records, will Koopa's music format change?
No, not at all. That's the whole reason why we chose to sign with the label we have, is that they're not going to change the music and stuff like that in any way. Back in the UK, we've obviously over the years we've had offers from various different labels, some big, some small, but they all wanted to either, as you say, change the music a bit too much, or they were talking about image and other sides of things that we weren't too interested in. With the label we got now, all they were worried about is how good the album sounds, and to go from there, which is what we're all about. It's all about the music. We don't really care too much about the other stuff.
Who is now the current lineup of Koopa and band members and the roles?
There's only 3 of us. I'm Joe and I play bass and sing, and then we've got Ollie Koopa who plays guitar and sings, and then we've got Stu who plays drums and drives. John always has to do the driving.
Okay. Will your current tracks appear on your new debut album?
Some of them will, yeah. We've written, since the beginning of the year, we've written more than an album's worth of new material. Some of which will come up as B-sides, and the majority of which will be on the album. But there will be a few of the few tracks that current Koopa fans know and love that will be on the album as well. So there'll be 3 or 4 ones that people know, and a lot of it will be new, kind of better stuff.
So, when it comes to producing your new debut album, what can the fans expect, and for the remainder set for the production with Pied Piper Records?
Well, hopefully, just similar to what we've done before, but just sounded a little bit better, really, a little bit tighter, a little bit more thought out. I'd like to say at the end, the main objective is to record a good album and get it sounding as good as we can. We really want to try and create the kind of energy that we have live as well. So I would say, people can look forward to a bit more of the same, but hopefully kind of the next level up with regards to production and the quality of the record.
Koopa enjoyed a successful year in 2007 in making music history. What radio stations are spinning your music in the UK and the US?
I'm not too sure which ones are out here have been playing it, but back in the UK we had a few plays from some of the major kind of Radio 1s and XFM, which are kind of Radio 1's the biggest radio station in the UK, and then XFM's the biggest rock station. But a lot of it came from kind of smaller, more independent and local radio stations, which is the way we like to work. We're very supportive of anyone that supports us, really. So it was internet and as I say, local radio, which kind of got us through.
Your latest release, The Crash, made it to 16. What were the other 2 Koopa tracks making it to the top 40 in the UK?
The first one was a song called Black, Steel and Borrow in January, I think that was, and that got to number 31. That was the first time we got in. Then we had another single out in the middle of the year, in the summer, called The One-Off Song for the Summer, and that made it to number 21, just outside the top 20. And then obviously, as you say, The Crash, the last one, number 16. And that was another record that made us the first unsigned band to have a top 20 as well.
What attracted Koopa to sign up with a 4-album deal with Pied Piper Records?
Well, kind of as I said earlier, it's really the way they were talking. We're all about. We started the band really just to write and record songs. We're not too fussed about the other side of things. So a lot of labels we've spoken to in the past just wanted to change too much, but with Pied Piper. They were saying things we wanted to hear really, and talking, you know, we would, and a lot of they're very into what we're doing, and are very keen to make sure that we're happy and we're pleased with the product that we're going to be putting out there first and foremost. And then from there, we believe that they've got the kind of motivation and the ability to get the album where it needs to be.
So you have a lot more freedom with this record deal, and it doesn't really change the mixing and recording process of your original content.
That's exactly it. Yeah. They want to keep the band exactly as we are, you know, as we've been signed, and they can see what we can do, and then just kind of enhance that as much as possible and push us forward. And as you say, not changing sounds, not kind of compromising in any way, just carrying on as we are, but hopefully taking it up a level or two.
Does Pied Piper Records have its own distribution deal?
Yes, they do,
That's
which I think will maybe licensed through various other companies in different parts of the world, but yeah, it will, and again, you know, we're quite confident that they've got the right contacts, and you know, we'll be able to get it where it needs to be.
What would be the main themes of Koopa's new material with Mark Hoppus in their style, music, and lyrical contents, expressions, inspirations, anything?
I would say similar to where we've come from. We like to write about what we've done, the experiences we've had, so there'll be a lot of that in there.
What principles do you use when composing your music?
We don't really stick to any, really, whatever happens. I guess it's a case of going with the flow. It's a good excuse for us to kind of say stuff that we want to say. If you've got a problem with someone and you haven't really got the guts to go and tell them, then you can write it down in a song, or if something's annoying you can, you know what I mean, you can get it out. But other than that, it's a case of just whatever mood or whatever we're feeling that kind of moment when we pick up the guitar and play the first chords.
Do you just express social issues and personal experiences in your music?
Yes, quite a bit. Yeah, sometimes you just roll with something that you're going with, but yeah, a lot of the time, as I say, you can use it as personal experiences will come into it if you're describing a situation or something that's happened, but also it's a good way of getting your feelings across, kind of just getting out what you need to say, really.
What's your alibi or your technique for putting sound and melody to your lyrics?
It varies really, because we've got me and Ollie write the majority of the songs, but write in different ways. Sometimes I like to record, I tend to come up with the music side of things first and get that down, and then think about the vocals, whereas Ollie can sit down and kind of just play a riff and do it all in his head, really, rather than sitting down and recording it. So we don't like to stick to any rules so much as just, you know, see what happens.
You like to try new things?
Oh, all the time, yes, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're always trying different techniques and we experiment with tunings of guitar, you know, the way you tune the guitar and various different things. We're always open to trying something new.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Any video production in the works for 2008?
Yes, would have thought so. I think we intend to have a single off once the album's done, choose one of the songs that's obviously sounding good and is a potential hit. And then, yeah, I think we'll do a single and get a video done as soon as, which obviously we'll be very much looking forward to doing.
Okay, what would you consider your main influences to be for your new material?
For our new one, I'd probably say it's similar to like it always has been, really. The influences have always been what we grew up on. So for me, you know, for the rock side of things, it's sort of Guns N' Roses and Nirvana, and then more modern day sort of Green Day and Foo Fighters and stuff like that. But there was a bit of Blink influence. But we're a bit. I'd say we're kind of a punk rock band, more kind of on the rock side. So as I say, there is a bit of the Guns N' Roses and the Foo Fighters and stuff like that. But essentially, we're kind of punk. But there's still a bit of everything we've ever listened to, even down to some people can hear a bit of Oasis and the Beatles, a lot of the older British bands in there, the Jam and the Who, things like that.
Will Koopa remain in the US or return to the UK?
We're going to do a bit of both, really. We're going to go back to the UK once we finish recording the album for a few months. I think that's for visa reasons as well. And then we'll be back out here as soon as we can to get touring and get out playing, really. So we kind of do it 50-50. Obviously, we see ourselves as a British band because that's where we're from. But everyone's welcomed us really, really nicely here, and we're feeling quite comfortable and quite happy. So we'll just go with the flow. What's
Koopa's philosophy in promoting their music?
Promoting it is just we've got kind of two. Obviously, work hard. I think it's very important for bands to do a lot as much as they can themselves, rather than relying on other people, and companies to do things for them, because I don't think anyone's going to do it with the same passion as the band will themselves, because they've got the most to gain or the most to lose out of it. But also just, I don't know, don't treat promotion as a kind of, treat people as if you're talking to a person kind of thing. Whenever we've been on MySpace and things like that, we don't just randomly add people. We always send them a nice little message just saying hello and saying, if you like, have a listen, if you like our music. It'd be great if you can add us. If you don't, thank you very much for your time kind of thing. And that's always worked for us. I think the personal approach is the main thing.
Oh, okay. What's your opinion of the music industry today, and what would you like to see change?
I think it's hard for me to say because it's different in the UK as it is over here, but I think there are still some similarities. In the UK, they seem to be a bit scared to take too many risks, and they stick to kind of similar formulas and things that have gone before. So if something's sold in the past, they look for the next one of that rather than something new. So it'd be nice to see some, someone taking a chance on something that's slightly different and not just sticking to stuff that's already in the charts. And I think it's beginning to change slightly anyway with the digital revolution, but at the moment it's a tiny bit too poppy for our kind of liking. There's a lot of pop stuff in the top 40, so it'd be nice to see a bit more rock coming through.
What advice do you have for bands starting out in the music industry today?
If you're starting out, starting out in the music industry, that's the big problem, isn't it? They are starting out, and they're going to have to put up with the music industry. But if you're a band and you're just looking, the first thing is to obviously play as much as you can and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure you're doing it because you want to play, the guitar, or you want to play the drums, or it's a good way to something to do with your mates kind of thing. But after that, it's just work hard, keep rehearsing, keep at it. Obviously, get yourself on the internet and listen to what people say. Get a demo recorded. Play it to as many people as possible and see what they've got to say about it, and take in and listen to their advice.
Can you elaborate on Koopa's tour in the US and the UK?
Well, we're not 100% sure exactly what's going on at the moment, because obviously how good the album sounds and how well it's doing will depend on the size of venues and exactly where we play. But the plan is at the moment in May we'll go back to England and probably take a month off just to recuperate, and then we'll be doing some smaller venues, sort of 600, 1,000 people venues back in the UK when we get there for a couple of months, and then we should be back over here towards the end, probably September-ish, maybe earlier than that, to get out and tour around America.
That's awesome. Do you have a main web address where the fans can access your CD?
The best thing at the moment, because our current website is being updated, so the MySpace is the best place, which is myspace.com/Koopa, which is obviously Koopa.
Can fans buy your CD and merchandise from your MySpace site?
Everything you need to know is on the MySpace, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, before we wrap up our interview, do you have any last words or shout-outs?
No, I think we've about covered it all, really. Other than the fact, obviously, we're just looking forward to the next few weeks. Let's say we're in Nashville at the moment. We've been doing some pre-production demos and rehearsing a lot, and then we go to LA at the beginning of April to record with Mark Hoppus, which is going to be superb. So we've kind of got our fingers crossed that it all goes well, but we're also just going to enjoy it at the same time. So
great. Have you heard about our music site at Hollywood Music TV?
Yes, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, you're going to sign up eventually?
I'll go and check it out this afternoon.
You can sign up for a free band profile.
Oh, excellent. I think I thought our manager might have already done that. I'll speak to him. If not, I'll go and do it myself.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you, Koopa, for allowing our HMTV Canada E-Zine to interview your band.
Anytime.
I've heard your material and you rock.
Thank you very much.
Your music is awesome. I enjoyed what I heard.
I'm glad you like it. You rock too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye, Joe.
Yeah, bye.